yeah, I'm going to kind of just give you a little update on how my diet is doing. We, of course, started out the diet a as a calorie counting only, and I've slowly introduced watching my carbs as well. And that was really hard, very hard to do. And I probably couldn't have did this diet without the MyFitnessPal app at all. It would probably be impossible. I would hate writing down everything I was eating, counting all my carbs, counting all my calories. So yeah, I probably could not have did it without the app MyFitnessPal. I would be completely lost. So I have officially been doing my diet for the calories for about 59 days, and I've been doing carbs for a little bit less than that. Probably like I've been doing the whole diet together about 2 months, and I've probably been doing carbs 2 months, 1 month. So I've been doing calories for one and carbs for two. And it has not been easy since I've did this diet for like 59 days. I have still lost one symptom. So this is my second month of going with no symptoms. And I have completely, drastically lessened my sickness. Like I was telling my family members today, that out of the 2 months, I have been sick about 4 days. And I actually counted one of them. That was having the sickness for about 10 minutes. And then it was gone for the rest of the day. And I was good to go and just do whatever I wanted. So it has drastically gone, because I was going 5 out of the 7 days being sick to now only being sick 4 out of 2 months. So that has just been probably one of the best things to ever happen with this diet. Again, the weight loss isn't happening as much as I'd like it to. It has happened a little bit, not as much as I'd like it to, but with PCOS, that's just how it goes. Your weight loss just isn't going to happen like you want it to. You could eat nothing and probably still gain pounds. I don't know how it happens, but you do. So if you do have PCOS and you are looking for a diet, I would definitely recommend reading this book that I found, and it's a patient's guide to PCOS. I'll kind of put a picture somewhere, and you can take a look at it. It's very informative. If you're very curious about what this is that you have, if you're curious about a whole bunch of different topics with PCOS, it's a really good book to check out. So I would recommend that. Again, I'll post it either side and I'll link it down below. I bought it off of Amazon, so I will link it below and you can look at it. So in the past video, I just started talking about how I'm beginning, the adventure with this diet. And so I began just talking about how the beginning of this diet has been going, and not really talking about the carbs. So I figured in this video I can kind of go into a little bit more detail about my carb adventure. So I don't really know what to call this diet. The only thing I can think of is a counting calorie, low carb PCOS diet. It's a little bit of everything. Again, after reading this book, I limited all of my calories down a bunch. I was roughly given the app with my weight and everything, and if I didn't have PCOS, that's what I should be doing. The app was giving me about like 1,600 calories a day, which was decent, and I was doing fine with that. And as I was reading this book, it was telling me how I should limit my calories down to 1,100. So that's been something. I just limited my calorie intake about 2 weeks ago, and that has been tough because I can't eat again as much as I'd like. So that has been so tough. And I actually started it probably at the worst time. We weren't at home. We were out and about. I was reading the book in the car and I found that out. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'll, start doing this. And we were out and about and we were like an hour away from home and we were there all day. So that was probably the worst day I could have started that diet. So I got really frustrated. I did break down. So that happened. That was awesome. And that's the first time I've broken down over this diet. It's been hard, but not being able to kind of go to new places and try food and be adventurous like I normally am was really tough. And everybody around me was kind of, besides my husband, everybody around me was just doing whatever they want. But it really took a hit on me. I don't know why, because I've been doing this diet and it was only like 500 calories less. But if you think about it, that's kind of a lot. And that really took a hit on me. And I also had to limit my, like I said before, I was supposed to go into the carb, but I just wanted to kind of let you know that I did that as well. Onto the low carb. So I'm not doing the Atkins or the ketogenic diet. I believe that's what it's called. I'm not doing those because I can't do those. That would put my PCOS, the insulin, that would put my insulin resistance into shock, and I'd probably gain more weight. So I can't do the keto or the Atkins because that's going down to like 20 carbs a day. So with PCOS, I need to be limiting myself between 40 and 80 carbs a day. And that is honestly a lot easier than the ketogenic with only 20. So I can still have some breads, I can still have some stuff. It's not completely limiting all my food. Another thing is, don't jump into it and just sink or swim, because you want to be successful. You don't want to sink, you want to swim. So don't just jump into this diet, because I wouldn't have made it. I know I wouldn't have. I really believe that since I took my time with this diet, that is what has made me so successful with it for 2 months now, which I know that's not a lot for dieting, but for me, somebody who dieted for a week, never saw weight loss, quit, and never did it again, this is a big deal for me. 2 months of doing this solid, 2 months solid of doing this is a pretty big thing. So I didn't want to just sink. I wanted to succeed. So I started out with counting my calories with what the MyFitnessPal had suggested. And then I slowly read up on other things like the book, and I slowly added in things. So I started with the calories, found out that I should be doing carbs as well, so I cut carbs down. And then later on I found out that I needed to cut my calories down even more, so I then cut my calories. But if I would have just cut my calories and cut my carbs, I would have sunk. I wouldn't have made it. So don't necessarily beat yourself up if you're like, nope, I can do it, just let me do it, because I'm that kind of person too. But obviously I wouldn't have made it. I usually am a person who, if I'm on that path, that's where I'm going. And I can honestly say I wouldn't have made it. So even if you think you can do it, don't push yourself, because I'm repeating myself, but you're gonna sink. You are going to sink. I'm sorry. So with my carbs, it's from going from eating however many carbs you want to only 40 or 80 is really hard. So if you guys want me to do a video on what kind of carbs I'm currently, like what kind of foods I'm eating to make sure I stay in between that 40 and 80 mark, go ahead and comment down below. I'll do a what kind of foods to eat on a low carb, or what kind of foods I eat on a low carb. Yeah, so just comment down below and I will do a video on that. I was already thinking about doing it, but I haven't gotten around to it. Things have been a little hectic lately, so maybe I'll just do it. Who knows? So yeah, Pinterest has been like my best friend. I've looked up like everything. If I ever get a sweet tooth, I've looked up some recipes on there, and they've actually been really good, surprisingly. Low carb snacks, sweets, really good. And also with the diet, you should also be exercising, which the book that I said about earlier, Patient's Guide to PCOS. I should be exercising. Yep, the dreaded exercise. Hate it, but I've actually been doing pretty good. The past 2 weeks we have been walking. 2+ weeks we've been walking. I haven't really been doing anything too intense or anything, like no like hardcore cardio, just light walking, running. We've did a couple cardio exercises that are on YouTube, just kind of looking around. Again, Pinterest, looking at exercises. Um, so yeah, of course, exercise is kind of something else that's going to make you feel a little bit better. It's going to hopefully make you feel healthier and feel a little bit better. So I know it stinks, but you should do it to make yourself feel better. It's kind of all I have about my diet. I have no plans to change my current diet or anything, so maybe I can go ahead and do kind of some of the meals that I eat, kind of like a vlog kind of thing, and show you guys some of the low carb snacks, low carb meals that I eat. So yeah, maybe I'll go ahead and do those videos. So thank you guys for watching my video. See you guys later. Bye.